Hi, welcome to Chisholm Prism. In this video, I just wanted to document my process for moving. So I currently live in Chicago and I need to move this summer. And as I was searching the market, I was realizing how chaotic it actually is, and I was overwhelmed by the process. But as I was going, I was recording the places I was viewing, and I have some tricks and tips that I want to share to maybe help someone who is looking to move soon or just needing some advice about apartment hunting in Chicago. I wanted to note, as I was looking for apartments, I didn't really understand what was going on, but it's clear now that there is a noticeable recession going on in the country. We can all feel the effects of increased prices in food and gas, and now even the housing market is affected. It seems there are just fewer quality selections where you can get a bang for your buck, and everything feels overpriced. This video is just my perspective and experience in the heat of this issue, and luckily we were able to come out with a great deal. So like I mentioned, this was a long journey, and I finally found the perfect place, and I want to show you guys some of the things that I've seen, that I've learned to maybe help you along the way. I've toured a bunch of places. I'm going to talk about 6 of them and kind of run through some of the things that I've discovered. I know on YouTube there's a bunch of videos you can find of apartment hunting in Chicago, and it's like very luxurious high rises that are like very beautiful. But for me, I'm trying to put something out there for someone who's like me, who's like you have a strong budget. I mean, there's things you got to compromise on to get something that you really like, but then also something that's not blowing the bank. I was looking for an apartment with my sister. We're looking for a 2-bedroom, at least 1 bathroom. A balcony space is a plus. Natural light is very important. If some utilities are included, that's great too. And our max budget was $1,800. So that's the highest we wanted to spend. I don't like to spend a lot in rent, so just keeping it as low as $1,800 would be perfect for us. Location was also very important. We wanted to stay in the area that we currently are, which is North Chicago. Depending on where you are in Chicago, there's really great affordable apartments. Location is always what brings up and down prices. So like I said, this market was hot. It went really fast. Like the day something was listed, you had to jump on it, go view it, go tour it, set up something that day or that weekend, or it would be gone off the market very quickly. So there are some examples of this, but let's jump into the apartment search. So I started looking around the beginning of May. I mean, my lease was ending the end of July, so this was very early in the search, which I didn't know because I've moved previously in the winter, which you can look months ahead and find a place, sign a lease, and be good and not have to think about it. But because I was looking so early, a lot of the places weren't signing for July. So a lot of them was like, I was looking in May, but they were looking for an end of May or June lease. So that caused some issues that I had to learn later. But for the first place that I viewed, it was a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. It was pretty more far north than I wanted to be in my location. To get to the 2nd bedroom, you had to walk through the kitchen or the 1st bedroom, which I thought was a weird layout. The apartment was fine, but it was a little crowded, felt a little small and dark, which for me, I do like a lot of light. I got plants. I need to feel the sun, photosynthesis. Like if it's too dark, it makes me a little gloomy. But that place was okay. The price range was $1,700 with a couple of utilities included. But like I said, it just wasn't the perfect fit. So I moved on. I didn't sign for that place. Noting I can make a video about where to find apartments, like the tips and tricks that I've learned along the way of good apartment searching platforms. And also in Chicago, it's really easy to get a realtor to help you find some places. I don't know how it is in other cities, but I can do a video as well about finding places with a realtor. The second place I found, I set up a tour for. It was a 2-bedroom, 1-bath in a great location that I was looking for. The thing with this place, it was just a little strange. I like unique apartments, but this one, it was on the first floor in a very busy area, so there was not a lot of privacy if I try to open the windows or have light. Which it was pretty cool. The living room, it had really floor to ceiling windows. It was kind of sunk in a little bit. It was unique, but I work from home. It would have been kind of loud. But also the bedrooms were kind of small. We couldn't even go in and see the rooms because people were still in there. I think someone was sleeping in one of the rooms, so we couldn't film. But there was no windows in there, so it was really dark. It just wasn't ideal for a living situation. And with most of these places, people are probably going to be living there. In the summer markets, it's a quick turnaround. I think that was some of my hesitancy to do some in-depth filming of these apartments. And I'm like, people's stuff's everywhere. I'm like trying to not get them in the camera and make it awkward for them. But yeah, so you're gonna have to imagine your own stuff within the spaces and not let that bother you too much. For the third apartment, it was perfect. Chef's kiss. It was really beautiful. It was a 3rd floor walk up, 2-bedroom, 1-bath in the same area as the last location. I saw it the same day. And honestly, we fell in love when we first walked in. It was $1,700 for a 2-year lease. So that was the deal that the owner was giving. But honestly, for how beautiful it was, like we were planning, we would stay there for a long time. We actually met the owners. He was the one who was letting us tour the place. Just beautiful high ceilings, lots of light in all the rooms, a nice balcony, a couple of utilities included. It was stunning, and it was kind of sad because we applied for this place. We put in an application that same day, and so many people were touring it that day that the guy, he got, I think, like 4 applications in, and we were second. We were chosen second, so, or should I say second on the list, so we didn't get picked. So we ended up losing that place, and I just felt so defeated. So I stopped looking for a while, just to kind of take a breath from that, because I was really dreaming of being in that unit, because it just seemed so perfect. But that's okay, because you know, if it's not meant to be, then there's something better down the line. From May to June, I took a break. I put my hands up and I kind of just stopped looking for a while. And there was a realtor who reached out to me who wanted to show some apartments with me and my sister. And we went and we saw some of her options, but they weren't cutting it. They were way above our price range. They were farther than we wanted to be, or she didn't even have the keys to a couple of the places, or they wouldn't let us in, so we didn't even get to see all of them. So I didn't record any of those. They weren't cutting it. So I kind of stopped using the realtor and kept searching on my own because I was finding more success that way. So the next apartment that we saw when I started looking again, I found a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, about in the area that we wanted to be in. 3rd floor walk up, $1,800 a month, and some utilities. So it was our max for budget. The location was okay. The apartment was actually pretty cute. It had like a vintage look to it. It had a nice brick wall in the bedrooms as well as the living room, a nice fireplace, which is a plus. It had a balcony. It was okay. A lot of light too. I mean, it's a nice apartment, but you know, you get a feeling about a place, and that wasn't speaking to us. I'd say when we went to tour it, it was decent. It was fine, but it didn't feel like our home, so we didn't end up applying for that one. Again, I wish I took more videos of the rooms. I'll probably put in some photos from the listing itself, but people were living there. They were working, so it's hard to like film around them, you know. So, but then lastly, we found the Holy Grail apartment. This was a 2-bath, no, 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment, 3rd floor walk up, perfect location. It was only $1,710, which was in our budget. Some utilities were included, but the apartment was huge. It was about 1,200 square feet, a ton of sunlight. There's a dining room, a living room, a sun room off the living room. It had a fireplace, a really nice balcony, and the cherry on top was this unit had a garden in the back where you could actually plant, and it's like a little community that you can use. And instantly I was in love. I didn't even get to tour it with my sister, but like I told her we need this place and I signed for it immediately. And the odd thing about this apartment was I don't even remember asking to tour it. I don't remember the place that I went to look for it online, the listing. I don't know where it was, but I kept getting a phone call from it was an unknown caller ID. They kept calling me. The second day I picked up, and this lady was like, hey, there's a beautiful apartment, you should come check it out. And so I was like, sure, why not? And it turned out to be the perfect unit, and we applied for it that day. The next week we got approved and we signed the lease. So that's the new apartment, and we're very excited to move in. It just really felt like it was meant to be, you know. So I'd say in the search of apartments, my tips are be quick on your feet here. I mean, you have to spend some time and look around and know what you want, and don't settle for anything that isn't what you're looking for. If it doesn't feel right, it's not the one for you. But tour it as soon as you can, apply for it as soon as you can if you love it, and you know, if it's meant to be, it's the apartment for you. But really, you gotta hustle out here. You gotta hustle to find the perfect apartment. And if you want to use a realtor, they are helpful. If you don't have the time to look for apartments, they can be there for you. But also keep in mind, it's free to use. They're free to help you, but they're also just trying to get you to sign a lease so they can make money at the end of the day. So just be cautious and don't let them persuade you to getting something that isn't right for you. Well, I hope I ran through everything. I'm sure I forgot some stuff, but I just wanted to break down some of the units that I saw, and hopefully this helps someone out there who is in the grind trying to find their perfect home. You can do it. It's gonna be fine. I mean, all power to you. So thanks for watching this Chicago apartment hunting video. If you have any comments or tips about apartment hunting, feel free to write them down in the comment section below. It's much appreciated, and hopefully it will help other people who are on the search as well. Like and subscribe if you want to see some more apartment content. So thanks for watching.